Welcome to Come With number 2. My name is Echo Frank Grey Wolf, aka James Williams Jr., but it's Echo Frank Grey Wolf. Alright, so we're going to talk about these damn pretendians on TikTok. Because I'm pretty sure that I can push any one of these damn things and I can find one. Because I don't follow them, but they're still on my FYP because it's native shit. But these guys are not native. If they are native, they're mixed native, and they are doing a total disservice to reconnecting natives regardless of their mixture. And when I say mixture, I mean like me, I am native, I am black, I am white. There are people who are just black and native, they are biracial. There are people who are white and native, they are biracial. Well, I'm triracial. And I will not deny my heritage, but again, as I said on this page, for all working purposes, I am Native American. And I will be the best representative of Native Americans with or without their blessings, because as for acting, working as a mixed person for 20 some odd years hasn't gotten me work. Where if I build myself out as a native, I have a better shot at getting a role, hopefully. Now, the reason why I have to do that is because, well, I'm not Chinese. So I can't ever build myself out as a Chinese person. I can't ever build myself out as an Asian person in general unless the characters call for mixed Asian, where I can probably pass because I have been mistaken for Polynesian, I have been mistaken for Hawaiian, and I have been mistaken for Samoan at least once. Alright? I've definitely been mistaken for a Mexican, which is not Polynesian, or Samoan, which is still Polynesian, but a Mexican is indigenous to America. Alright? And I have been called Julio or Juan Carlos at least once. Anyway, the point being made is that there are a bunch of pretendians, and this air conditioner is kicking in real good now. It wasn't kicking in when I was in the game. Burning up in that damn Spider-Man suit. Zip it. I'm short, damn it. I never have to duck, though. So there. Anyway, freaking, I'll sing you to death. Anyway. So therefore, they're all on TikTok. I mean, it hasn't gone to other platforms that I'm aware of because I really only have TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. I forgot my code to MySpace, but I do have one, or a second one. But I have it. I haven't used it. Now, the thing is, I got these people that are claiming to be natives, but I don't know if they're native natives, if they're mixed natives. Because if you're mixed native, like me, you should be on your reconnecting journey and you should be getting shit together instead of tearing shit apart for the actual reconnecting natives, which these people are clearly they clearly have something wrong with them. All right, I know that I'm mixed native. I've known since the 5th grade. Now, having to deal with it has been a problem. A lot of that is due to TV with George Jefferson and him calling Tom and Helen Willis's kid a zebra. And so people at school watch TV, and I was a zebra until like the 5th grade. I was a zebra, or I was half H or half N by blacks and whites. Now, I got over that. Eventually, I got over it. My main issue was like when I was like in fucking high school, and this white dude wouldn't stop calling me chief. And I mentioned that. But these pretendians, hold on. There's gonna be yelling. Hopefully that wasn't too abrupt. Anyhow, that damn dog. Remember the video about lack of responsibility? There you go. That belongs to a grown ass man who has another grown ass man, a cripple, me, taking care of it. Now let's get back on the topic at hand. Um, Pretendians and stuff like that. I'm gonna show you something. All right. This is my recurve. You know, I get to shoot this thing every now and again. This is my bow and arrow. These bloody pretendians don't even have these in their videos. This has to be adjusted because the two yellow feathers are supposed to be the guide, and the off-colored feather is supposed to be facing me. So yeah. So they don't have anything about bows and arrows, but they dance with feathers. They don't talk about bow and arrows. They don't talk about tomahawks. They don't talk about folklore. They don't do any of that shit. But more importantly, they do not address MMIP, missing and murdered indigenous people. As a mixed native on my reconnecting journey, it has been hell trying to reconnect, and most of it has been out of fear. I'm not gonna lie, I'm slightly afraid to try and reconnect because of all the crap that's happening on TikTok. There's that. Now these are not tomahawks, but this is a hatchet. You can fight with it. You don't see them doing any kind of training with native stuff, which is why earlier today when I made my video, I told them if they come to my house, I quoted the line from Call the Conqueror, and I said, "This is how a native fights." And I can train with this all day, But those damn pretendians on TikTok, they have nothing. They don't talk about native weapons or anything. They talk about nothing. And they dance with feathers. I can't show these on TikTok because TikTok is extremely sensitive. And this technically came with a box. It came with a big knife, sharpening stone, and a little knife, and 550 cord. I didn't wrap it. It came that way. I've actually used the 550 cord to tie the dog cage up because that dog that was barking, the bitch is magic and she can escape anything. But I can go and chop a tree with this. Can I chop this bitch down? Not with this bitch, and definitely not with the other one, because that's like more like a mountain climbing axe. So like if you're like stuck, you can stick it in a rock with the back part with the spike. And that's the main reason why I bought it, because you just never know. Now I don't have it in the car or anything, because I don't know if you can carry it in the car. This isn't carried in the car, and I actually have my great grandmother's hatchet in that closet. It's rusted all the hell, and I don't want anything to happen to it. So I don't know if it can be restored. So if anybody knows anything about restoring hatchets, let me know. And I talked about making a tomahawk earlier today. I don't have the equipment to make one, but they don't even talk about tomahawks at all. This is the closest thing I'm going to get to a tomahawk, unless I have money, but I can actually go buy one from the actual native reservation. Now, whether I can buy an authentic one is a whole nother ballgame. But like I said, they don't even talk about these things. They don't do anything. I was checking for cuts. No, there's no cuts. There's no blood. But they don't understand that they are running it for reconnected natives. And this is another reason, is people like them, so that people like me, when they go talk to natives, the first thing the natives are hollering, show us your paperwork, show us your proof. And I can't do any of that because I don't have it, for one. And for two, just because you're told you're Cherokee doesn't make you Cherokee. And now I have to find the DAWS rules. I have to find whatever relative It's underdogs rules, and then I have to I have a better chance of tracking my dad's side than my mom's side because my mom is mixed native, and she was adopted. So that's um that's a big fucking fire step there. I have asked my grandmother that if she finds her birth certificate, it would be helpful for me because then I can at least track that part. Now, as far as my dad's mom and her mom, my dad's mom is buried in Charles City, and I got my aunt to give me some information. Now we do have family members that are on my great grandmother's side, but they aren't giving us information, which goes back to because of people like these asshole pretendians on TikTok are making it harder for people like me to reconnect. Now, I'm pretty sure I told y'all this, but I'm not sure if I told y'all this, so we're just going to give you the long and short of how I started my reconnecting journey. I started my reconnecting journey when I thought I had skin cancer. And I had a mole close to my nether regions. In fact, it was near my nether regions, so it freaked me the fuck out because that mole was never there all my life. And then a few years ago, it was there. I don't know if y'all can see this, but like, so that spot, y'all can't see that spot. I don't want to flash anybody, it would be banned. But right here, y'all can't see it. Shit. Okay. This little spot right here. You see where my finger is? Right there was where I had the cancerous mole thing removed. Alright, where the tip of my middle finger. This is not working the way I planned it. But anyway. Gotta make sure this was definitely not for children. Anyway, I had got that removed, and I had a appointment with Vogue Rehab at the time, and I went to my appointment with Vogue Rehab only to come back to go get the cancerous mole removed, and in between that time I met another native who was part black and part native. He was darker than me. In fact, he was dark enough to be the color of my father. He wasn't like up here dark, but he was in this facility of darkness. He had the whole native nose and everything. He had native hair, everything. And he got to talking to me because I was drawing Deadpool pictures or whatever. And he asked me because he had to see before he stepped beside me. He said, "Hey, you part native?" And I'm like, well, he actually thought I was full native. And I'm like, "No, I'm part native." And he's like, "Well, you need to reconnect and you need to go do this, 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 and this." And in that long list of stuff, somehow or another, I had to contact the BIA, which was a big fucking mistake. And the people that I spoke to at the BIA were not 1,000% polite. But, however, I kept it moving. They told me basically what I needed to do, and then they also told me that even though what they told me I needed to do, a lot of the stuff they told me that I needed to do wasn't gonna count. I'm like, okay. I know you're all thinking, because what they said was, even if you're 50%, you have to be adopted by a tribe. If the tribe claims you, then we will consider. If the tribe adopts you, then we will consider you for enrollment and all kinds of other shit. So I'm like, well, goddamn. I felt like I was more or less talking to agents versus actually talking to natives who actually give a fuck about natives. But when I talk to other natives on TikTok, it's like, well, it's usually not like that. Well, it's like, well, there's a first time for everything. So there's that. So, that being said, I'm going to have to get me a genealogy test too. And I'm going to have to get a second DNA test because it's always best to have two opinions. And especially since Ancestry.com, their page doesn't show me how to find my haplogroup, phenotype, or any of that shit. And so, I don't know how to do that. And it's not like it's written there on Ancestry. There's a circle and some shit, but it doesn't give you your phenotype. So, there's that. It also doesn't give you your haplogroup. And if it does, I don't know how to find it. So I will be giving them a call. But like, how do I find my haplogroup and my phenogroup? And if they tell me they don't do that, then I'm definitely calling 23andMe and gonna go to a fucking DNA test. Oh, FYI, my graduation pictures came in. Not that that's even relevant to this topic, but my graduation papers came in. So, I meant graduation photo. I don't know why I said graduation paper. Ow. Damn it. I just got a paper cut. That's gonna suck tomorrow. For tonight, it depends on if it's gonna bleed or not. Any fucking how. The whole point is that these pretendians are on TikTok causing all kinds of strife. And they're not making it easy for reconnecting natives to actually reconnect. And they don't do anything native. That's the whole thing. If you're part native, what are you doing for natives? And they don't do shit. I made 5 videos today talking about that on my TikTok page. And I literally made waves to the guy that's a time traveler, time walker. I had a whole lot of fun with that. He's like, yeah, I can travel through time. And I'm like, okay, well, why don't you go back and fix the records, of all the natives, your natives and my natives. Why don't you go back and fix that? If you can travel through time, why don't you go back far enough to either warn somebody that the trouble is coming so that they can dig a hole and put all the important records in there and you put a marker on it and cover it up so that when you come home to the present, you can go to this place and dig that shit up. I also said that you could also put it like in a little trouble bubble and then put it into a damn disc and slide it into your finger and then come back to the future, pop the disc out and give everybody the paperwork because you're a time traveler. You might have to go to the future first to do that. I also brought up going to the future and getting my pink and yellow hoverboard. That's right, pink and yellow. And it better mostly be yellow, with little touches of pink. Anyway, I just wanted to touch on the fact that these pretendians that are calling my ancestors Siberian, guess what? That axe, it cut me. I don't know if y'all can see that, but right there. I'm not bleeding, it's just a prick. But anyway, they're not making it easy for reconnecting natives, especially if everybody on TikTok and their mama happens to know a native. And if natives are watching these reconnected Indians having all these issues with these pretendians that are doing all this fucking shit to prevent us from actually being able to reconnect, my fear is valid. My fear is very valid. Because what if I call the 800 number to the Chickahominy and they sit there and it's like, well, we don't really want to help you because we don't know who the fuck you are. Now, here's my thing. I wrote a letter because I wanted permission to come to the Chickahominy tribe and just go visit my grandmother. And if I could have a chat with somebody from the Chickahominy tribe, that would be great. So I could find out if my grandmother's a member of the Chickahominy tribe or did they just bury her there because she's a native and she was born there. Because again, it's easier to track her side than it is to track my grandmother on my mother's side because she was adopted. Where my grandmother on my father's side was not adopted. And her mother, they hung together like almost forever until she passed in 83. So, I mean, I really just want to know. More than anything else. Not so much enrolling, but more than anything else, I just want to know. And also, if they do choose to enroll me, I want to keep this name of Echo Fan Grey Wolf and make it legal. Now, while we're on that subject, the reason why I'm not going to legally change my name until after I get my military benefits is just that. I don't get military benefits till I'm 60, and I don't think the military is going to allow me to legally change my name and still be able to get my military benefits. So, and I don't know if they're going to can what little bit I'm getting right now, because I am getting $300 a month, which covers all of my bills. It doesn't cover anything else, but my bills, they're covered. And hopefully, if I can talk to them about qualifying for health insurance through the VA, just like I did with dental insurance. I have dental insurance through MetLife, but I got it through the VA. And so if they can do the same deal with that, with health insurance, because my dental insurance is like, it's $60 a month. And if I can get that through health insurance as well, and it's like $60 a month, then I can reevaluate the $300 that I'm getting, and I can put 100 in both accounts, and then my dental insurance and my health insurance, if they're both like 60 some odd bucks a month, and I'm getting $300 a month, I can eliminate two birds with one stone, get a health insurance card, and work out the minutia of that, which would be great. You know. And so the next time someone ever asks you guys why veterans are always asking for military discounts, yeah, you know. Health insurance is a privilege, even though it should be a right. It's a fucking privilege. And most of us vets, if you're not like contracted with the military, health insurance is a fucking no-go. And I don't have it, you know. But they also have to take care of me because the Army fucked up my leg because I was healthy before I got into the military, and now I have a new hip. And my other hip has been damaged for overcompensating because Fort Benning dropped the ball. Anyway, that's not relevant. What is relevant is that the pretendians need to be stopped. Alright? The pretendians, honestly, truly to God, need to be stopped. Because it doesn't make any sense that they are so ashamed of having black ancestry that it's fucked up. I know that I have black ancestry. My dad was black. His dad was black. But my dad wasn't actually black. He was black presenting. His mom was not black. His mom was native. Her mom was native. So there's native there. I just got to find out what tribe we're from, and then I'm going to call it a day. If I'm Chickahominy and not Cherokee, that's fine. But I need to know if I'm Chickahominy or if I'm Cherokee. Or did the Chickahominy take in some of the Cherokee? I need to know. And that's pretty much it. Because in my bio, I have Cherokee because I was told we were Cherokee. Now, it's highly possible that I am Cherokee on at least one side. But what side is it is what I'm trying to find out. And then after that, Echo Fang Grey Wolf is going to wherever the hell the heights are going to take me and wherever the Creator allows me to go. That being said, down with the pretendians that are ashamed to have their black blood known. That being said, I'm Echo Fang Grey Wolf, and if any of you pretendians found me from TikTok under JW_Grey Wolf, aka EFG, there's a special finger that you can have. Not that one, not that one, not that one, not that one. Yeah, the middle. As Wolverine would say, don't make me pop the third. So, because you guys are fucking it up for us. Now, on the other hand, if you're in that group and you actually have native blood and native lineage, then you need to get out of that group or convince that group to stop, because they're not helping you, they're hurting you. The same way they're hurting me and every other mixed native who wants to reconnect, because these people want land. To that note, I say get a job, because my family, we have land. We pay our taxes on the land. We struggle, but we pay them. It's in Nelson County, and we are fighting like fuck to keep it. Also, we have graveyards on that land. So our family grave is there, and we would like to keep it in the family. So again, I would love to actually build a compound up there for the whole family, but I'm broke. And if my acting career ever takes off, that would be like a side project that I would do, and providing that everybody follows the rules. No drugs, no alcohol. Might let you slide with the alcohol, but definitely not the drugs. But also, I want enough so that, like, my grandmother's main kids that are still alive can have their spot there. Their children are only allowed to be there on the weekends. All adult children are only allowed to be there on the weekends. But my grandmother's children and my grandmother should be able to be there forever. And her children should probably be able to be there. But all grandchildren, they're not allowed to stay there, except for on the weekends. That's it. And since I'm paying for it, I get full rule over what goes on in that house. Period. But I got to get Ellen DeGeneres type money for that to happen. And at the rate my acting career is going, we have a long way to go. So, that being said, down with the pretendians. My name is Echo Fang Grey Wolf. This is Comfort Habit number 2. Be seeing you.